And for 2026, after all the research that I did, the best decision is to finally buy my another preset. Now without the transposer. Let's have a look on the clean sound. Without the transposer now. I know you are wondering now which unit is this, or maybe you already recognize because maybe you have one as well at home. So write in the comment if you already recognize which unit I got it. But let me share a bit of my story to help you, because the purpose of this video is to help you to finally decide which unit will be the best for you. So the video is not to show which unit sounds better than the other and which one is the top one and the top 5, let's say, but it is to guide you through my experience how is a good way for you to decide which unit will match with your necessity and give you the best experience ever. So let me tell you my story. I had an orange Evolve as well, the Tiny Tarot in Brazil, but I have to travel to Europe, then I decided to sell it, and I really liked the Evolve amp. But after those years passed, it was a long time, I decided to buy a modular. And then I was thinking, okay, if I'm not gonna invest in it again in a JCM100, something like that, that is our dream Evolve, or maybe a Fender or Mesa Boogie, those type of amp that is the dream for every guitarist. I have to get one that is really good and will do the job, because we are substituting an amp that it is 40 kilos for something that is going to be 2 kilos and sometimes can be expensive than the amp and has to sound at least 95% of that, right? So I was just focusing on one thing, which unit sounds better. That was my mentality 1 year ago, because I spent 1 year searching, making comparisons. So I just went deep. I started diving deep in that and I started doing modular versus modular, modular versus real amp, modular versus whatever situation you imagine. I was checking to see which one would sound better for me. So some units just started getting my radar, and some of them was Fractal FM9 or FM3, Kemper, Cortex, Tone Master Pro, and 1 year ago was the Helix, the previous one from the new one now, I don't remember actually the name. Then I finally decided, okay, I agree with many videos that I was watching that Fractal was present the best modern amp sound. So let's grab this. But there's something that nobody talks about. YouTube compressed the audio. So sometimes what you are listening is not like 100% what I am listening. So you have kind of to trust what you are listening. If you are listening through a speaker of your phone, your mobile, it's not the same as well. You have to wear headphones, a good pair of headphones for you to listen exact the frequency. I did experience with this one, the Audio-Tech, and with another unit that I have here, completely different experience, totally different experience. Another point that it's good for you to keep in mind is try it. But I will share my experience. Unfortunately, where I live, I cannot go like in the corner and go to a music store and ask, hey, can I play your Fractal? No, they don't have it, either Cortex, Kemper, etc., etc. So no one around me had these units, these models, for giving me the experience to play, to have that experience of crafting the tone, to listening, to see if it's good or not. So I have to trust everything that I was watching. And unfortunately, in YouTube, we had a lot of sponsored video as well. So it's most likely they will say beautiful things about the unit and not the reality of the unit. What is the pros and cons? I'm not saying that it is all of them. Some of them will just show the best and marvelous things that you will get when you buy the unit. And I was just like that, really determined that I will get my FM9. So one day I was like, okay, I chose my unit and now it's the next step. Let's check it out, the price. And boom, guys, here comes the first problem. Where I live in Europe, here the Fractal costs 2,200 euros. And whoa, I'm not saying that it's not the value, it's not worth it to get it. But wait a minute, for that price, we have to have the certain that we'll do all the things that you need with that model, right? Then I start like just thinking again, like, is it worth it to spend all this money with this Unity and not get to a real amp, etc., etc.? Then I just opened the USA website for Fractal, and it was just $1,700. If it was that price here in my country, definitely I would not think twice and I would boom, just buy it, and that's it. But the gap of the price between US and Europe was huge, like 2,200 euros against $1,700. It's too much. It's too much. And then I started being a bit frustrated. So I have to start searching more, like research again, to make sure that that money that I will invest would be worth for me. And then the bet that changed my life. I just made a bet with my life. If one of my backing tracks reached 50K, she would get my FM9. And she agreed with that. And the video is this one, and yeah, we got it. 62K views in that video, and I was determined and happy that I would get so then my unit. And then, friends, the first question that appeared from her was, will I be able to play with you? And I was like, wait a minute. Until now, the only thing that I was searching was which model sound the best. I did not think about other things, just the sound. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know if I can play with you at the same time. And then she made another question like, yeah, but if I cannot play with you at the same time simultaneously, can I sync? Can you plug a microphone? I was like, boy, I don't know. And I started researching, and then my words just collapsed. Because Fractal FM9 or either FM3 was not made like specially made for two simultaneously guitar. You can do a workaround, but it was not meant to do that. And another thing is, oh, you cannot play with the microphone with the unit. And I was like, okay. And she just said like, wow, we are paying 2,200 euros and we still cannot do other stuff that we need to do. And after that, I just have to say one thing. Welcome to married life, where if it wasn't for our wife, we would just do the first decision that comes in our mind without thinking twice. But thank God we are blessed with a woman. And then, that's true, I started making questions like, is it worth just get this unit? and just think about the sound. And what about the other necessity that I have? I will need to buy other things to do it. And then comes the part that I will help you to buy your unit and understand which one is the best for you. Then I just start making questions, the proper one, to understand why I need a modeler and which one will be the best in my situation. So she starts dropping questions to help me to think further which unit will really match with my necessity. One of the questions that you can make for you to understand is, why do you need a modeler? What is the project that you have with the modeler? After buying the modeler, what's going to change in your life? How will you use it, the modeler? Home, studio, gigs, travel. What is the purpose? You have to have in mind that you are going to buy something that of course is not cheap, at least for 95% of the world. And then I start thinking, okay, I need the modeler for which reason? Okay, I don't have the real amp. I need something that will be easy to use, that will have the same quality as a real amp, work as an interface. If I need to travel, just bring as that unit that will do all the work for me to do my gigs, my live, everything, and also play together with her. And if I need to plug a microphone, we're gonna sing together and play with guitar. So I just grab everything that I need and I started making research to see which unit will have everything that I need. So let's jump to the board that I did that will help you to do it. So here we are in this beautiful board, and let's have a look. I place all the units that was in my mind, that it was good to have a look further. And here we have the Kemper Profiler Stage MK2, Fractal FM9, FM3, Hotone Ampero, Helix Stadium, because then, in that time the Helix was not released, but then when a Helix Stadium was released, it was a good thing to place it here to check further. Fender Tone Master Pro and Cortex. I place here the price, but regarding euros, so if it is in dollar, I'm sorry guys, you have to check this, but the others information will help you a lot. So as you can see here, there's some that is really cross the line, let's say, out of the curve. Kemper was 1500, okay, that's the average, let's say. FM9, 2200, Fractal FM3, 1200. I placed the Ampero here because, yes guy, it was a good choice as well if I was taking this or not, I don't know. Because it could play with guitar and plus microphone, and this is 1/4, 1/3 of the price of the others units, and there's a lot just for 600. I know there's a bit gap on power and the sound, however for 600 compared to the others, wow, it's a great unit. And Helix Stadium was the most expensive one, 2300, but does a lot as well. The Fender 1500 and 1500. So as you can see, the 1500 was kind of like the average for those things. Then I start just making like questions about, is it easy to use? Because guys, keep in mind something. You need to understand the purpose of buying the modeler. If you are a professional, you have a lot of time, you are a nerd guy, and you like to craft tones and spend a lot of time because you have a lot of time, fine, you won't mind about the learning curve. But if you don't have a lot of time and you want something that gives you a good experience that is friendly to use, this is something really important to keep in mind to choose it. Because for some unit, 1 hour, 35 minutes won't be enough for you to craft the tone that you keep in mind, that you have in mind. So this was something that it's good to keep in mind, okay? That's why I place also touchscreen here, because after that I start thinking, okay, there's point here that will be really nice. So let's have a look. Kemper, it's a good thing, okay? But the learning curve is a bit harder compared to the others. I'm not saying it's a bad unit, but the learning curve requires you to do a study, okay? On that, to watch a lot of videos, spend time. Same for the Fractal, okay? So both of them, you get a great tone, but require as well a good effort from your side. So you have to keep in mind that Kemper and Fractal delivers a job, but if you do not know how to craft a tone, don't expect that the unit does the job itself. It needs you equalizing, you creating. So for example, I can do a preset here, share, but your guitar is different than mine, so you need to twin the buttons and match with your unit, okay, your guitar. So if you don't know how to equalize and do things, maybe you will be frustrated with this, okay? But it does a good job, the Kemper and the Fractal, in terms of the sound quality. Hotone Ampero is really friendly. You can use also your mobile with an app just to twin and create a craft your tone. It's easy to use, friendly as well. The same for Helix Stadium, because you just go in the amp that you have in the screen, just drag your finger for some part of the screen and it will automatically give it to you like some specific combination of the tone. It's marvelous. So if you go like, for example, if you go for example in 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and you just drag that small dot in some part of the screen and boom, he will make a lot of combination for you that you don't need to twin everything. So you can just drag in and go. The Fender gives a good experience, kind of the same as you have in plugins, for example, Amplitude, Neuro. So it's nice for you to have as well the experience of see the amp in the screen, twin the button, so it's really nice as well. And Quad Cortex, it is friendly, but not that friendly as the other units. It is easy for you to learn, but you're not gonna see the amp as you see in the Helix or in the Fender Master Pro, and also in the Hotone, because in the Ampero one in your app mobile you can see some amps as well. But it is friendly, easier than the Kemper and Fractal. Okay, so Kemper and Fractal does not bring us the touchscreen, just this guys here. In terms of CPU, we have to keep in mind some things here. Kemper does the profiling thing, and it is strong. It is true. It doesn't make like a capture of every unit, like for pedals, etc. But for the amp, it does a good capture. He will kind of copy the exact frequency, okay, of the amp that you have and create kind of like a snapshot, screenshot of that, you know. So you really deliver a really precise one. Fractal has a really strong CPU power as well, but does not do the capture. But in terms of modeling, they deliver one of the best model itself. So you kind of don't need to do captures, don't need to be worried to add in by other stuff, IR, etc. Because inside of the unit, Fractal has everything you need. Okay, it is really strong. However, FM9 it is strong. FM3 it has not all the power that FM9 has. Let's say it has half or 1/3 of the power. You will be limited in terms of the blocks and how you will construct your presets and etc. You can do the same. You can take the same amp as the Fractal FM9, the same modeler, the same amp, the same modelers. However, in terms of the complexity of your preset, etc., you are limited. And also with the foot switch. So we have just 3 foot switch and FM9 has 9. So this was something that hit me hard because the price of FM3 is good, but you are limited in CPU and also in foot switch and also in touch screen. And just for one guitar, there's no mic. Okay, you have a good sound, one of the best here in this list. But for that price, in my situation, guys, okay, I'm not offending anyone. I'm just saying about my situation that maybe can be the same as yours or not. So just learn if this experience can be good for you or not, okay? Because for me, for example, I want to like, I don't want to buy another foot switch controller, a MIDI controller to add more buttons. I wanted something compacted, you know, that would be easier for us to use it and don't need anything extra in my pedal board. And FM3 will require more foot switch and I don't want to do that thing, so for me it was not that good. And for Ampero was something good in my list. Why? Because it was really cheap compared to the others. So just a 600, it's a really nice unit. There's, in the end, I didn't place it here, but there is the M4. M4 it's a nice unit in terms of the sound as well. It has less power than FM3. It is a Fractal unit. However, has one more foot switch than FM3. But so sorry, for me, it would not be a good choice in my situation because limit for 4 blocks, sorry, No, I can't. I saw a lot of videos of the guys doing it. I know they make some workaround to get a good tone. Okay, you get a good tone, but the things that I was playing, no, the unit won't have the CPU power enough to do it. And I got so frustrated with that because I was really expecting something nice coming out from Fractal. But for me, it was not the best try. Maybe in the future they create something that I will go for Fractal. Then M4 did not go in this list for me, okay, especially because of that limitation. Fender and the Ampero just finishing does not have all the CPU power, okay, it's a cheaper unit, but for the price it's good, one of the best in that average price. Fender Tone Master Pro has a good CPU, not powerful as the Helix Stadium and the Quad Cortex, okay? So if you think about really powerful thing, the Fender Tone Master would not have that CPU power as the others. And which one of those is really designed to have two guitars or guitar plus mic and two guitars and plus mic? So as you can see from here, two guitar design was just Helix and Quad Cortex. Okay, so now you are getting close to what I decided to buy. And guitar plus mic, you can make some workaround, but design was just Ampero, Quad Cortex, and the Helix Stadium. Okay, really designed to have a microphone with that baby Tone Master Pro is placed there. Just some extra information for you here, guys, about the weight, the dimension, etc. As you can see, the most heavy one is the Stadium, and the one that is really light, let's say, it is the Quad Cortex and the Ampero. So it's compact, as you can see from here, from the dimension. It's good, but Helix Stadium comes with a pedal, a special pedal. You don't need to buy one, as if you get a Quad Cortex or other units here, you will need to buy an special pedal, okay? And think about that, maybe Helix Stadium would be a good decision for you since you don't need to buy something and they already brings to you one special pedal. So regarding the community, it was something important to me. It was not the main point, but it was something that I was really mindful to choose because I wish to sell some presets, okay, some tones, and also free presets for students as well. So I was thinking which one was the biggest community as well. And also the updates if the brand is really taking care of their customers, if they are really releasing updates, fixing the bugs. So I don't want to invest some money in something that, okay, it's good, but you don't have any feedback, you know. All of them does a good job, but there's some that is really big, as you can see from Helix and Quad Cortex as well. They are really active in the market. So just for you to see here about a bit more amps, effects, cabs, we can see that Kemper is strong in profiling. They have 1,000 of that, a huge library. But in terms of Fractal, they will have a good modders that will do a good job, especially for the effects as one. For Fractal, it's the same thing, okay? The Hotone is limited, but it has 90 amps, 406 effects. The Helix will have all the Helix ecosystem in the Stadium, and plus the 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗏, that is the new modders that they are doing now. It's nice, it's a new technology, and it's good to have a look on that. For Fender, of course, you have the premium of the Fender because they are from Fender, and they have 100 plus, some amps and effects. It's nice as well. And for Quad Cortex, after their new update, I think was a 3 point something, they are doing the Capture V2, I think something like that, and it's powerful because they are doing a really good job. You can check it out, some captures videos that they are doing, and my friend, it's hard to just tell you which one is the real amp and which one is the capture because it's really capturing perfect depth, okay? And the Quad Cortex delivery a good capture, and I think for this list is the best of capturing, okay? And this is the strength of the Quad Cortex. Also their modulus is good, it sounds good as well, and does the job. So after all this conversation, this talk, I just had like 3 options to go. It was or Ampero, or a Helix Stadium, or Quad Cortex. I eliminated the Ampero because I cannot play with 2 guitars plus 1 microphone, and I was just with Stadium or Quad Cortex. But then here comes the point that I decided one unit instead of the other, the price. The power of the Quad Cortex, in my opinion, was powerful than the Helix Stadium because you can almost play, I think you can play like 4 instruments at the same time, simultaneously in the quad Cortex, or maybe 2 microphones and 2 guitars. So I would be able to do this. And in the Helix Stadium, no, you would be able just to do, I think, just 2 guitars and 1 microphone. Okay, it doesn't have the same power as the quad Cortex, and it does not do the capture for now in the Stadium, but they will do in the future, I'm pretty sure. And also, I was a bit frustrated in regarding that the kind of the new thing in the Helix Stadium was that they added Algora amps. That was not a lot, and they just copy all the previous from the Helix library. I'm not sure if they did like some updating on that, but from the videos that I watched, the sound was the same. So I was kind of buying like 2,300 euros for something that they, of course, they improved a lot from the previous one, but it was really expensive. And in terms of 1,500 against 2,300, yes, if it was cheaper, probably I would go with Stadium. But for the best price and the best thing that I was requiring, quad Cortex was the best decision for me. And just to finish this video, I'd like to share a bit more of the experience that I was having with the quad Cortex, because from the videos that I watched in the YouTube, and after I grabbed my quad Cortex and used the 𝗬𝗏𝗃 headphones, I have to be honest with you that is nothing compared to the videos of YouTube. It's way better than that. So I wish you have a real experience to grab whatever unit that you wish and play it, because it changed a lot. With a good IRs, good cabs or headphones, because this will change the experience, okay? And I'm happy with the units that I got. The quad Cortex does the job. I'm not saying the others are terrible and it's not good. It's just because it fit my necessity. And for the next video, I will show you how to navigate in the quad Cortex and how I got those presets that I placed it here. So maybe I can do a video or a live. So write in the comment which unit you have or you had, and how was the experience with those units. And which one for you sounds the best, which one for you it is the best match, and why? Because I want to learn also with your experience. So let's start the year 2026 in a good way. If you did not establish a good routine to study, click the link in the bio and let's start studying with me, because I have just released 3 volumes course that will drag you from the beginning to the advanced level, helping you to master the fretboard in an easy way, making connections and connecting the dot with the most complex subject with the most simple one, and making sense while you are playing the guitar. So if you have questions, please feel free to reach out for me, send your message on my email or on the YouTube channel or Instagram as well. And if you like to play, improvise, click in the link in the bio. That is my other YouTube channel about backing tracks, where I just post a lot of backing tracks just for you to jam and have a good moment. I hope you like this video. I hope it is useful for you as well. And I'll see you in the next video about this great unit. God bless you and see ya.